Greetings, my lovelies. This is that creepy bald guy, and welcome to my review of the new horror thriller, Don't Breathe. I said don't breathe. This is one I had high hopes for even before the critical fellatio began, as the trailer was awesome and the concept was pretty unique as well. The story surrounds three young burglars breaking into the house of a seemingly innocent blind man, only to discover that he's this super dangerous, highly badass psychopath. He's like an evil Zatoichi, and evil Zatoichis can only be defeated by fake Bruce Lees. Look it up. Now you might be thinking, but Mr. Creepy Bald Guy, we've seen variations of this plot before, such as with The Collector, People Under the Stairs, and Lucio Fulci's House of Clocks, because everybody totally remembers that one. But I'm referring more to the Trapped with a Blind Menace angle, as it offers new and different ways of building suspense, primarily based around sound and simple positioning. This intrigued me, and Don't Breathe turned out to be pretty good, utilizing this gimmick effectively. The film wastes little time getting started, and combined with a sleek 88-minute long running time, the pacing is swift and the intensity is non-stop. The characters move from one suspenseful situation to the next, and Stephen Lang is terrifying as the antagonist, while at the same time he is playing a character and not just some sort of living prop. He has very little dialogue, but you always know what he's thinking, feeling, and what he is capable of. The acting is good in general, but he will draw the bulk of your attention. The director and cinematographer create a very energetic, creative visual style with the bleak lighting, flashy camera angles, and once again putting a lot of emphasis on the sound design. The director also, I think, did a really good job with the jump scares, with one in particular really standing out as exceptional because it freaked out the entire audience, simply because it came out of nowhere and yet perfectly fit the tone, and in hindsight, there actually was a lot of build up to it. So it doesn't play that card too much. This film isn't relying too much on jump scares, but when they happen, I did jump. Don't Breathe still isn't a masterpiece, though, even as far as horror thrillers go. I found Robbie, played by Jane Levy, to be a weakly written character, as the writer makes the mistake of sympathizing with her too much. Her backstory is tragic, so we're supposed to be okay with her bad life choices, and the movie never really calls her out on her actions. The lovesick guy had more interesting motivations, and unlike her, he does change over the course of the film. Some have complained about a twist which occurs around the halfway point of this story that's actually kind of spoiled in the trailers. But even though I understand why some viewers would consider it to be unnecessary and predictable, I thought it was fine. It didn't diminish the experience, it didn't distract me. I was perfectly content with where the story ultimately goes. But I did think the third act, the final 20 minutes or so, got really stupid, because it seemed like our heroine was constantly pausing, taking breathers, turning around to taunt the antagonist when she should be running, because that's the only way at this point to keep the character in peril. Otherwise, it would have been a very anticlimactic film. But Don't Breathe was a fun, nail-biting experience that is worth watching in the theaters. I'd rate it a 7 out of 10. I did not do a written review, but I've done written critiques of WWE's NXT TakeOver Brooklyn and SummerSlam, and I've also reviewed The Man with the Iron Fists 2. Yeah, that got a sequel. So read those. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Please comment and let me know what you think, and I shall see you guys later.